normal that I know that I'm smarter than the president? That's not normal. Come on, in the Mueller investigation, how does he not know that he's individual number one? I'm a black woman and a lesbian. How the hell you think I'm doing? Why you bringing us into this? They got gay couples selling like, just freaking sell your stuff.
That's how it started. One live TV segment, one comedian, one president who couldn't take the heat. Wanda Sykes didn't just roast Trump, she cracked open the performance. And when she turned her focus to Melania, the silence from the White House spoke louder than any press release. Why did this moment hit harder than usual? Why did Trump lose control over a few jokes, and what was Wanda really exposing behind the punchlines? Let's find out. All clips and statements shown are drawn from public sources and news coverage. This is how the best part begins.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Well, you know, it's like everyone's waiting for this moment for him to become presidential. Right. You know, they're like, oh, he has to learn how to control his emotions. He has to learn to be measured. You know, but the man is 70 years old. Those are things that you teach kids. You know, I'm teaching my 7-year-olds those things.
Right.
So Trump is 70. He's not going to learn that now.
Yeah.
You know, if he's a dick, he's just going to be a dick.
All right.
That's it.
If you're nodding right now, go ahead and subscribe. You're in the right place. Wanda didn't need a teleprompter or a policy brief. Just one sentence and the room lit up. She wasn't being mean, she was being honest. The kind of honest that hurts more because it's funny. For a country that kept waiting for Trump to become presidential, Wanda gave the answer no one wanted to hear. If a man's still throwing tantrums at 70, maybe he's not waiting to change. Maybe he never planned to.
I knew it's not like he wasn't, you know, was going to stop being a liar. I knew that was going to continue, right? But what I did was, instead of focusing on specific incidents or specific policy, it was more about us and how we're behaving and how we're not reacting, in my opinion, you know, normally towards what's happened, to what he's doing.
It's one thing to call out the liar. Wanda went one step further. She called out the audience, the crowd, the country, because the real question wasn't just, why is he like this? It was, why are we still okay with it? And that silence, the kind where people scroll, shrug, and move on, was louder than any tweet. Wanda didn't have to list the lies. We've lived them. What she asked was harder. Why does it feel like no one's flinching anymore?
So what's your opinion of why it went this way? Why Americans voted the way they did?
Sometimes America is just gonna America. You know? Like, well, white women didn't vote for him. I mean, didn't vote for her. So why is the majority of white women not voting for another woman? I'm like, y'all need to watch more Bravo.
Sometimes the punchline hits because it's too real. Wanda didn't just make fun of the election, she peeled back the curtain on who showed up and who didn't. Black women turned out. LGBTQ voices spoke up. Marginalized communities carried the weight again. And still, the result felt all too familiar.
I mean, have you seen The Bachelor? Women tear each other apart over a dude, you know, so why do you think, you know, this wasn't gonna happen? And honestly, you know what, I blame those damn Cheerio commercials and showing all those interracial couples. You scared the out of white people.
Wanda didn't need a campaign ad, just a cereal box and a reality show. Somehow, The Bachelor made more sense than the election. And if interracial couples in a Cheerio ad were enough to shake the nation, no wonder a president with no empathy and a talent for lying could win with ease. Trump didn't beat the system. He rode its fears straight into the White House and called it leadership.
I am so not a Trump fan. He annoys me. His whole family annoys me, matter of fact.
Yeah. What about the family annoys you?
Okay, look, a friend of mine was at the movies, and he goes, guess who was here?
And just like that, Wanda said what a lot of people have been biting their tongues about for years. It's not just Trump. It's the whole show, the full cast of characters that somehow managed to turn the White House into a dysfunctional reality series. Policies aside, for many watching, it wasn't just damaging, it was exhausting. So Trump blew up on stage. Melania? Still. Silent. So what was she really thinking, and why did that silence spark even more headlines? Don't go anywhere. This is where it gets interesting.
We are in 21st century and everybody has a different taste. I think they look fantastic. I hope everybody will come over and visit it. In real life, they look even more beautiful, and you're all very welcome to visit the White House, the people's house.
As Trump ignited headlines, Melania stood still literally. She smiled and praised the White House decorations like nothing was burning outside. They look very beautiful, she said, while the country debated whether her silence was elegance or exile. No hand-holding, no outrage, just perfectly rehearsed detachment. And somehow, that calm hit harder than any of Trump's rants. Is she silently stepping back, or silently speaking volumes?
40 red cranberry-covered trees lining the East Colonnade had some critics seeing red, or at least seeing car wash brushes, or seeing the women from The Handmaid's Tale with their bonnets.
Does anyone understand why Melania remains silent while Trump sets every room on fire? Maybe this is a new kind of political performance. Stand still, dress the hallway in crimson trees, and let the chaos swirl around you like you're auditioning for The Handmaid's Tale. No lines, no gestures, just presence. And somehow, that quiet hits louder than all the shouting. And then, there's the hand. Or rather, the lack of it. Not once, but multiple times, Melania swatted away Trump's attempt to hold her hand like it was a mosquito at Mar-a-Lago. In front of cameras. In front of the world. These weren't just awkward moments. They were silent speeches. Just fingers stiff with resistance. Was it a cry for help? A coded message? Or the First Lady's final handshake? You decide. But one thing's clear when even your own wife won't reach for you. Maybe the voters shouldn't either. While Melania stayed silent, two Hollywood legends did the exact opposite. Cher and Robert De Niro didn't hold back, and what they said about Trump sent shockwaves across the internet. Trust me, you'll want to hear every word. Everything you'll hear is real, from real people. No voiceovers, no edits, just the facts.
And he lies. He tells something, and then you go back and you see what he said, and it seems like the truth both times. He's so terrific at lying. I've never seen anybody so good. I mean, it's amazing. I could go on this subject forever because I'm so traumatized by him.
When Cher says she's traumatized, it's not just for effect. Trump's lies, she claims, are so polished, so rehearsed, that even the truth starts sounding suspicious next to them. It's like watching a magician who pulls rabbits out of hats, only the rabbit is misinformation, and the hat is Twitter. And Cher? She's seen enough of the act to call it what it is. Not magic, just manipulation. And just when you think she's done, she drops the real burn.
Well, you know, I have to admit that I appreciate your directness, Donald. I will try and be as direct and honest with you as I possibly can be. I am positive that you are the most unattractive man I have ever met in my entire life. You know, in the short time we've been together, you have demonstrated every loathsome characteristic of the male personality and even discovered a few new ones. You are physically repulsive, intellectually you're morally reprehensible, vulgar, insensitive, selfish, stupid. You have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell. You know, you're not even interesting enough to make me sick.
So, Cher raised the blade. The least attractive man I've ever met. Not a whisper, not a slip, a detonation. And the internet. It didn't just react, it erupted. It went viral. Timelines were flooded, faces were morphed, and Trump became a meme in a category all his own. If Trump was looking for attention, well, he just got a masterclass in consequences.
I have to tell you something. If someone said that my daughter was a hot piece of ass, I would put my fist through his face. someone who would bring down the country because he doesn't win does not deserve anything, deserves nothing. He deserves nothing. He does not deserve any kind of respect, loyalty. I don't think he has two moral fibers to rub together. He wants to be the king, but he doesn't want to do the work.
To her, Trump isn't just immoral, he's power-hungry and lazy. He wants to be king, but not do the work. And when Cher, who's seen it all, calls you unworthy of respect, maybe it's time to stop demanding a throne and start earning a job.
I understand how the people were so desperate to pick this man, you know, this unbelievable narcissist who could change the face of our world if we let him. And the only thing that will save us is you. I know you can stop this because the power of the people is bigger than those assholes that are there in Washington.
Cher wasn't joking. She called Trump a narcissist so extreme he could reshape the world if we let him. Because in her words, the power of the people still beats the power of Washington. Unless, of course, we're too distracted by the next Red Hat giveaway.
He's such a dangerous, I don't know how he is a candidate. He is so dangerous, and what he brings to my country, what he's awakened in my country is bigotry and distrust and a certain kind of supremacy in certain groups, and he lies.
To Cher, Trump isn't just another politician. He's a walking alarm bell. She says he's awakened something dark, bigotry, supremacy, and distrust. And somehow, he's still a candidate. If that doesn't raise eyebrows, what will? So now enter Robert De Niro. If Cher brought the fire, De Niro's about to bring the explosion. You'll want to stick around for this one.
Yeah, he's so stupid. Look at the lame, inane things that he said. He's so stupid, he can't even say anything clever or smooth. He's a moron. But he's a scary one. And in all seriousness, and we know it here, people have to get out and vote and vote and vote and vote. Yeah.
When Robert De Niro says Trump is so stupid he can't even fake being smart, it's not just an insult, it's a warning. This wasn't a roast, it was a red flag. De Niro wasn't laughing, he was pointing to something darker, that beneath the foolishness is a threat. And he didn't beg, he said vote, vote, vote. Because in his eyes, stupidity and power isn't funny, it's frightening. De Niro's fed up, are you? If you think it's time to call out the con, say it in the comments.
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry.
Robert De Niro speaks. He doesn't need a script. He unloads. Not with careful policy critiques, but with a verbal demolition so fierce it could register on the Richter scale. And the irony? While Trump demands loyalty, De Niro delivers truth. One word at a time. The kind of truth that doesn't need polish, just volume. And right now, it's echoing louder than ever.
What he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry. What I care about is the direction of this country. And what I'm very, very worried about is that it might go in the wrong direction with someone like Donald Trump.
So while Trump bragged about punching people, De Niro flipped the script. I'd like to punch him in the face. But behind the jab is a bigger fear, that a man who trades in threats, not truth, could steer the entire country off a cliff. And for De Niro, that's not just bad leadership, it's a national emergency.
Do you think he pretends to be dumber than he is to confuse people and make them think? No, you think he's...
No, I don't think so.
Why do you think? I'm curious why you would guess that there's a big group of people in this country who believe that he cares about them.
I am totally dumbfounded, baffled by that. I can't understand it, and it's a thing that we've seen over decades and decades, and he's a what's it, Tammy Faye and the other one.
Yes.
It's the same thing, give us your money, we're going to save you. Yeah, televangelist. It's just the same thing, and it's so obvious, I just don't understand.
And just when you think De Niro's done, he goes deeper. On Kimmel's couch, he doesn't just call Trump a fraud, he compares him to televangelists like Tammy Faye. What stuns De Niro isn't the act, it's the audience. And yet, somehow, the con keeps working. The question hangs in the air. Is this loyalty, or is it mass hypnosis in a red hat? Turns out, the performance never ends. Stick around, because the next act? It's Trump in his most familiar role yet. The tragic clown who mistakes applause for approval.
You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to the president that way.
Well, it doesn't sound like authority. It sounds like a man on stage, desperate not to lose his spotlight. The money, the bravado, the performative anger, it's less about leading a nation, more about keeping the audience watching.
He used to greet me on the sidewalk outside of his studio. I'd come in, this was before politics, of course, but I'd come in and he'd be standing on the sidewalk. Oh, sir, may I bring you in? He'd bring me in every time. And then I ran for politics. I never, got involved with him much. But
switch up.
All they do is talk bad about Trump. That's all. The whole show is talking bad about Trump.
For someone who claims he's not into showbiz anymore, Trump sure knows how to stay center stage. 1 minute, he's reminiscing about being ushered into studios like royalty. The next, he's ranting about how the whole show is just out to get him. And somehow, it still ends with Trump playing the victim, in a role he never seems to retire from.
I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology.
Just when Trump thought the spotlight was his, Wanda steps back in, and this time, she's not joking. Stick around, because what she says next might sting more than any punchline.
You're supposed to be trying to fix the problems of America, right? So you target a community that's less than 1% of the population, right? So you're going after, like affirming care as far as like the sex. And it's like, okay, so you're focusing on that, on sex change. It's like, how about focus on climate change that affects everybody instead of sex change? That's like less than 1%.
Targeting trans people while the planet burns? That's not policy, it's distraction theater. And Wanda, she's not buying a ticket. When less than 1% becomes your biggest threat, maybe it's not about protecting values. Maybe it's just about deflecting blame.
Oh, your son goes to school as a boy and comes home a girl. I'm like, relax, it's a man bun. Shut up. It's a man bun. Relax.
No exit plans, no apologies. Wanda doesn't run, she roots deeper. And when she calls out the real backbone of this country, you'll want to hear every word. Don't blink.
My ancestors got too much blood in this land. I ain't going nowhere.
While some threaten to leave the country over election results, Wanda makes it clear she's not going anywhere. Her roots are deeper than any slogan, and this time, she's not just staying, she's staying loud.
Black women ain't having it right now, okay? So black women, give them a break right now, all right? We just chilling right now. So don't ask us dumb questions and stuff. Don't be, somebody and with them puppy dog eyes, be like, oh, I'm sorry. You will get the slapped out of you. Right now. We just, black women, Jamie, black women are taking a break. Hell, I probably shouldn't even be here right now.
Wanda said it clear. Black women, they've carried enough. From voting lines to protest lines, they've done the heavy lifting. So don't come knocking with wide eyes and questions now this isn't their mess to clean up. They've earned the right to rest. The real question is, who's finally ready to step in?
W shrunk like 3 inches. I mean, it's a hard job if you do it. You know, if you actually show up for work, it's a stressful job. Not Trump, he looks the same. But good Lord, he put a beating on us, man. We all look older.
Wanda didn't need stats to make her point, just a mirror. Every real president leaves office looking worn out. That's what the job does when you actually do it. But Trump? Same tan, same hair, same complaints. He didn't age, America did. And that might be the most telling legacy of all. From Wanda Sykes' roast to Cher and Robert De Niro's no-holds-barred takedowns, this wasn't just a comedy lineup, it was a mirror held up to power. What started with a joke about Trump's marriage spiraled into a larger reckoning, with hypocrisy, with cruelty disguised as policy, and with a culture that rewards spectacle over substance. The real flashpoint wasn't any one insult, it was the growing refusal to stay silent. And whether you cheer or cringe, one thing is clear. The laughter may fade, but the questions won't. Where will this country go next? That's not up to the punchlines, it's up to the people watching. This video features commentary based on publicly available broadcasts and interviews involving Wanda Sykes, Robert De Niro, and Cher, all of whom have made public statements about Donald and Melania Trump. The content shown reflects real televised moments and verified media coverage. We do not present private information or make unverified claims. This video complies fully with YouTube's community guidelines and fair use policy, and is intended for political commentary, media analysis, and public interest. If you found this video thoughtful, informative, or worth discussing, feel free to subscribe for more fact-based coverage. Thanks for watching. About who gets to define reality.